The next topic or the next type of sentence is interrogative. Interrogative is the very fancy title given to question, actually questioning. And whenever you are a kid, you have so many questions. If you are really sincerely studying something, you have questions. And if you are not studying at all, you don't have any question. So whenever we want to seek information, we use interrogative sentences. And interrogative sentences are of two types. One is yes no question or verbal question, and the second one is WH question or non-verbal question. Now why they are called yes no question and why they are called non-verbal question, I'll give you some examples of it. Now first of all, interrogative sentences means the questions, and the questions are used whenever we want information, whenever we want to gain knowledge, we ask questions. For example, if I ask you one question, that why are you learning or why are you studying engineering in civil? This is a question, and then you will talk about that what is your purpose behind completing your diploma in civil engineering. So why are you attending this session? So this is a WH question. It starts with the WH word, and there are so many WH words like what, when, where, how many, how much, which, whose, when. So these are WH words. We use them according to the type of information or the form of information that we want. If we want to know about time, we use when. If we want to know about the place, we use where. If we want to know about animal, we use which. If we want to know about a person, we use who. So all these technicalities are very minute rules you must know. For a person, if you are using the WH word which, again it will be an error on your part to use it. So you should have that common sense how to use WH words according to the situation. Fine. Besides WH words, and why they are called WH question, it is because every question starts with WH. Again, when you are making the structure of WH question, make sure that you are using the auxiliary verb accordingly. After the WH word, the auxiliary verb comes. Make sure. And we people are mostly the people who are non-native of English language. We tend to commit error when we are using a question. Why don't you like tea? Why you not like tea? We tend to say like this, and I have observed this. So when you are quoting a question, when you are asking a question, make sure that you are asking in a right structure. So the first part of the interrogative sentence is that it is WH question, and the second one is verbal question. Verbal question or yes no question. Verbal question, they start with auxiliary verb. For example, do you like to talk in English? Now do is the verb, auxiliary verb, and that's why it starts with verb, and so it is labeled as verbal question. And the answer to this question is always either yes or no, and that's why they are also called yes no questions. And let me tell you, very frequently we use this. Very frequently we use yes no questions in our day-to-day life. So as an engineer also, wherever you work, any company, any organization, you are bound to ask so many questions, and so many verbal questions as well as non-verbal questions. Non-verbal questions are nothing but WH questions. And WH questions, they start with the WH word like when, where, whose, which, whose, how much, how many. So everything you need to pay attention to. Besides that, verbal questions like yes no question, they start with yes, the verbs. So the verbs are do, does, did, am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, or any modal auxiliary. Any modal auxiliary like shall, will, can, could, may, might, must. All these things you must pay attention to, and according to the situation and according to the information that we want, we are going to use WH questions as well as yes no questions. So this is what about yes no question or interrogative sentences.